from Markeaton Park, Derby, the 21st Anniversary Roadshow with Gary Davies!
The One FM Roadshow, 1993.
And now,
it's Smiley's Mileage Game!
On One FM.
yes, here he is. No roadshow would be complete without this man, the one and only Smiley Miley.
Thank you.
How are you, love?
Hiya.
All right, listen, you made it 21 years.
That's right. I have to say is that I was there back in the beginning with Fluff Freeman and Johnny Beerling in Newquay in July the 23rd, 1973.
Yeah.
I have to say is that the crowd we have today is the biggest ever in any One FM Roadshow in 21 years. Over 60,000 people have turned up in Markeaton Park in Derby. I think we could get more here today.
I think so.
So there's plenty of room.
The roads are still jammed. Where was the roadshow last Friday?
Aberystwyth.
It was in Aberystwyth, wasn't
That's right.
it? Yeah, and we want the mileage from Aberystwyth.
That's right.
For the first time, actually, Smiles, for the first time in 21 years, we don't actually have time to do the mileage game
damn.
today. We don't. In fact, because in celebration of 21 years, we bought you a present. Would you like to open it here on stage?
A present?
We've got a
Is
present
this a
here for
stitcher?
No, it's no stitcher. We've got a present here for you, Smiley. And would you like to tell the listeners what it is? What is it?
It's a red book,
And what
it
does it
says,
say?
"This is your life, Smiley Miley, 3rd of August, 1993.
That's right, Smiley Miley, you thought you were here today to judge today's mileage
Oh,
game,
no,
but
I-
you're wrong. For Tony Miles, known to millions of roadshow listeners as Smiley Miley, this is your life. Yes, Smiley Miley, we invite you to come now with us, please, to the front of the roadshow stage, which we are just preparing very nicely here. As Smiley, we take a look at your 21 years of the One FM Roadshow. Would you like to just sort of
Someone
say
take
this?
my phone,
Someone take the
all
phone.
my
Smiley,
goodies,
nothing
because
horrible
something's likely to...
Nothing horrible
what's-
is going to
what's
happen to you, Smiley.
happening?
I have no idea. Would
Sorry.
you like to just take a seat here? Can we have a seat on the stage, please, for Smiley Miley? Lovely. We have a nice little chair. Just sit down in front of the crowd.
Okay.
here. Okay, Smiley
It's
Miley.
nice to sit in front of 60,000 people, I have
Yes.
to say.
21 years of mileage games.
That's
and more
right.
importantly, 21 years of practical jokes that you've been throwing on
Correct.
people. Well, what we've done, Smiles, is we've gathered together a few of your friends to wish you a happy 21st Roadshow birthday, the only way they can. In fact, Smiley Miley, do you remember this voice?
Smiley Miley, here's a voice you dread. Hi, it's Reedy.
Hi, Reed.
Just to remind you of some of the things where you failed, really. I mean, do you remember you bricked my driveway up? That was a great one. That had me waiting outside my house for a day. You had me thrown in jail. You dropped my car 300 feet into the sea, and you also parked my car on a scaffold 300 feet up for 2 days and went home. You took my car engine out so I couldn't go home. And do you remember the time you detonated my guitar from a distance of about 200 yards and the whole thing blew up in my face? But mind you, didn't I have stocks built, put you in the rain for 3 hours, turn your hotel room into a garden, build a 10-foot high wall around your Land Rover? I put those starving ferrets down your trousers, and that little one poked his head out like Wicked Willie. Do you remember that? Still got the photograph, mate. I had you paintballed by 6 nuns. You weren't expecting that. What can I say, mate? You didn't win. You came off second best, but you gave me a good run. And keep looking over your shoulder, Smiles.
Yes, Smiley Miley. On behalf of Mike Reed, a custard pie in the face. Now, let's cast our minds back to 1973. Do you remember that, Smiles, when a producer at Radio 1, Johnny Beerling, comes
Yes,
to
I
you?
do.
He's down the front taking photographs,
That's
and then
right.
comes to you with his
Looking a
idea
bit
for a
older.
roadshow. You and your brother John, you build a vehicle, but you actually doubt that it's roadworthy enough to reach its first date, don't you?
No, I don't doubt his roadworthy. The only problem is that I'd never towed a caravan in my life, and I didn't tell the BBC for 4 years.
Here's a man who remembers that moment very well.
Greetings, oh Smiley Miley. Well, I suppose you could say that I was your very first victim, huh?
You're right.
Remember Fistral Beach, Newquay, 1973, the first ever Radio 1 Roadshow? That's right, we were all set and ready to go when all the power blew out 20 minutes before we were going on air, and somehow the lovely Johnny Beerling got it going. I think he was actually peddling the generator backstage. But you know, looking back, Smiley, it was probably all down to you.
Correct.
Mind you, it took a few years to perfect the prankster style of yours, you know, using kippers behind radiators, live chickens, floral displays and pyrotechnics. Smiley Miley, above all, you have style. You've had the laughs, and now you have this.
Thank you, Fluff.
All
Fluff
right.
on stage, just giving
No, no.
Smiles another custard pie. And now then, Smiles, would you believe that at that very first roadshow, sitting cross-legged in the front row, was an 11-year-old boy whose dream it was to be a disc jockey on the roadshow stage?
Hi, Smiley. Well, I think that I'm one of the people who actually is ahead of you when it comes
No
to
way.
the japes. Because I have destroyed your mobile phone, I did get your glasses eaten by an alligator, I have had the whole of the Boy Scouts camping out on the roadshow site, many other things, but what have you done? A measly and pathetic garden on my roadshow stage.
I'm taking
so really,
£500
I'm one
off
of
you.
those people who is ahead, but it's always been said that it's the expectation that's worse than the deed. And for all those many years of me being terrified that you were going to do something, happy birthday, mate, and don't look up.
Don't look up,
I'm
Smiles.
not looking up.
On behalf of Philip Schofield, another 2 custard pies. Well, that's nearly the end of the show, Smiles, but this day would not be complete without a word or two from this person.
Well, hello, Smiley. It's Edmonds here. Sorry I can't be with you on your big day, but I think I can claim to be the victim of your first large-scale stunt, Skegness. On
Yes.
a not particularly sunny day, that you'd been threatening that your arrival on stage to announce that day's mileage would be really spectacular. And I was a bit astonished when they slid back this tiny door that we used to have behind the desk, and you rode onto the stage on a donkey, live on the air and in front of about 10,000 people. You tried to bring the donkey round to the front of the stage, but the donkey was hell-bent on passing its opinion of you, me, and Radio 1. And I'll never forget the great roar that went up, and I didn't have to tell a single listener that this donkey had done a great big jobby, because it was very, very clear. And second only to that, Smiles, was the sight of you with a shovel cleaning up afterwards, because the producer was livid that you'd brought this donkey on. I know it sounds small beer compared with all the other things you've done, but I'd like to thank you very, very much indeed. And, Smiley, from the bottom of my heart, and direct from Crinkly Bottom, a small token of my appreciation for everything you've done for me.
And Noel couldn't be here today, but he did send some of his horrible green gunge, appropriately delivered by Neil James and also Phil Burness. All that's left for me to say on behalf of the DJs and crew, both past and present, listeners and audiences alike, is thank you for 21 years of the Roadshow, and Smiley Miley, this is your life. Smiles, you can talk into my microphone.
Okay, all I can say is from myself, for 21 years, I appreciate every person coming on the road. Probably 20 million people come out and seen the 1FM Roadshow. Please keep coming, because it's the biggest free show in the world.
Smiley, you look gorgeous. He's all green and gooey.